Folks, we have returned with more Star Wars. Huzzah!
Hey!
Yay!
Yeah. The holidays are over, and we're back, people.
It's time for more Space Wizards.
When we last left the crew of the Razorwalker, things had not been going well.
What are you talking about?
Everything's going according to my plan. I don't know about you guys. Now to disappear into Narshad off, or space hookers and space blackjack.
That might be a little tricky, given that you're currently stuck in a closet.
Oh crap!
So you guys, you guys laid a very nice trap for Rasise. Unfortunately, Rasise had been planning on trapping you with overwhelming force for quite some time.
Oh, I remember that. That now, jerk.
I've been setting that up for I've been waiting to be able to drop that on you guys for so goddamn long.
Clearly, this is all your fault.
Of course Rasise's going to play the shell game. Of course he is. Which ship is he on? Which ship is he on? Oh no, there's a third ship. Oh.
Fine, we'll blow
Cheetah!
all of them up.
Well, of course he cheated. It's a shell game.
Yeah, that's the whole point. So at any rate, you guys have been captured. The Razorwalker has both the Razorwalker and the skip ray that Eric rented, that Vorkas rented, have been brought aboard Rasise's onto Rasise's corvette, which actually has a goddamn name that I finally found in my notes. It is the Mentadea, just in case you guys are curious.
I will proceed to not pronounce that.
Mentadea? It's not that hard. Unless you want to intentionally mispronounce it, which is totally understandable.
The emancipation? What?
Sure, you can go with that. That totally
Sure.
makes sense. So, at any rate, Captain Jith has agreed to surrender on, under the terms that Rasise promises not to hurt the crew, her crew, because, well, he had to try that at least try that.
Right.
Yeah.
So we open with the Razorwalker and the skipper being tractored onto the corvette. The landing bay is a little tight. It's not designed to accommodate a freighter and a assault boat, but
Well, it is now.
yeah. Vorkas is currently hiding out in a locker on the skip ray, pretending that he's gone his own way and has left the crew.
Nobody home.
So that Twins is the only person on the skip ray.
Yes.
All right. So there are a sizable number of. You will note as you're brought on board and the four screens are brought up behind you so they can actually pressurize the landing bay. There are a sizable number of bounty hunter scum in the landing bay, along with a non-insignificant squad of stormtroopers.
Of course.
Standing at the back of all of them, you can see, if you look up through the window, you can see a very. You can't actually see his facial expression, Will, but you are certain it is incredibly smug. There's a Chiss in bounty hunter armor standing way at the back. Arms sort of crossed over his chest, waiting to see what you guys do at this point.
Skulk uncomfortably in the closet.
Yeah, well, I know. You're going to wait until things are quieter so you can get off the ship and then go all John McClane. That's your plan, at least.
Oh yeah. I'm already barefoot.
Well, Well, let's see if I can get away with this. I am going to try and get a hidden holster thing kind of going for my small pistol, the one that has the low concealment score.
Right.
And just I guess I'll try and strap it to the inside of my leg or something along those lines.
Or you could pass it to me and I'll hide it with my shtick.
I want to have access to it. You hide your shotgun wherever you please.
Okay. Shotgun is hidden.
Hold on, let me just stash this in the usual spot. Turn around, please.
All right. So you are
Technically, I have 8 very concealable blaster pistols. Unfortunately, there are 8 of them, and I imagine one of them will get spotted, which will lead to the rest of them being found.
Well, not if you juggle them fast enough.
You see, most humanoids don't realize basilisks have a really hard metallic spine.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. At any rate, yes, you are. Well, you can do whatever preparation you like.
Princess is going to surrender all the guns that she's currently carrying, which basically leads to a thing of hang on, got one here, then we got one here, and got one here, and there, and there. Hang on, wait.
Oh, right, this one.
There we go. I think that's all of them. Wait, no.
Oh, wait. Always forgot about that one.
Yep.
So, yes.
She achieves the clown car effect with personal defense weapons.
Right.
Please remove any personal items before proceeding through the gate.
All right. So, you receive a comm from the Razorwalker is commed.
Hit answer.
Captain Kai. You hear the very familiar, at this point, voice of Rasise. So, how do we want to work this? My current offer is I'm going to send a scanning crew up onto your ship. They have devices to go make sure none of you are armed. We will take you into custody. We'll take you to some cells, and as I promised, I will not harm any of your crew.
Where's the asterisk where that doesn't extend to the rest of us?
Jox is going to lean over. Did you actually register us as actual, registered members of your crew?
No.
Yeah, there we go.
Or he won't do it. The Imperials are not bound by this. There's so many obvious holes in this.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he's just playing with us so we can find the holes.
Jith is going to kind of look at the camera.
Wait, why is that closet laughing?
She's 16. She's 16, folks.
Or we could just pump your ships full of anesthetizing gas and be done with it.
That wouldn't be a problem for me.
Oh right, and then we should probably just EMP the ship for good measure repeatedly.
I don't see why you'd want to do that. That seems unnecessary.
Well, all right. Well, after we've gotten our preparation of it, we also hit a button and lower the drawbridge.
All right. So
Twins will similarly come out.
Yeah. So scanning crew comes up onto the skip ray. Twins
will just be on the bridge, hands up.
Yep. They run a personal scanner over you. They're scanning 4 power cells.
Twins
it keeps beeping
like a Christmas tree.
All right, we'll get that gun and that PDA and that. How many things are you carrying that require power cells?
I like tech.
Yeah, well, you're gonna have to leave that all behind.
This is why slug throwers are useful.
Actually, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they come on board as they are. But before I forget to mention, Jith.
Yes.
As you notice that there's this crew coming up, and Rasise is falling behind them up onto the Razorwalker. Obazane actually walks up behind you, leans in, and sort of says, "All right, Captain. Things are about to get very interesting."
Are you the one who's going to make them interesting?
Potentially. Not in the way you're expecting, I think.
Okay.
Just play along.
Don't really have much choice at this point.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, what's about to happen isn't as bad as it's going to seem. I promise you that.
All right.
Struck me down. I should become more annoying than you could possibly imagine.
No.
No, I think I have an idea of what's going on.
Right. So, the scanning crew comes on, and they start scanning people for things that have power cells on them. I'm sorry about your concealed blaster pistol there, Nick.
Oh, can't I roll a deception?
They're being very thorough. Gav, they find
Hey!
Yeah, Gav, they find your shotgun.
I call bullshit.
Yeah, your shtick doesn't protect you against the full body scan. I'm sorry.
My stick hasn't worked once.
Yeah, it has. You've never had your gun taken off of you.
This is the first time I've been checked.
As far as you know.
Actually, Gav, there have been a few times that you've not been spotted as carrying as much ordnance as you do. Like, no one has ever included in the fact that how many grenades you carry.
That is a good point.
Here's a hint. Here's a hint. It's more than one.
Grenades don't have power cells. I'm carrying 12 cluster mines. Wait,
No, you're not, Gav.
You changed your deck so that you only have 10.
Oh, yeah, sorry, my bad.
You guys are going to be disarmed, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
It's a plot point. I'm sorry.
I'll find something else to blow up.
Yes, Gav, I'm certain you will. But yes, yeah, no, you as I said,
is a signature weapon. I will see her again eventually.
that is definitively true. So you will have none of your guns. You will have no weapons, and no devices that require a power cell.
There go all my computers.
No, my insulin monitor.
Well, that would be a real bummer if it was if that was an established thing, Nick. But
Yeah.
There's your rebreather. What?
Oh no, my Soviet surplus cyber arm.
yeah, that would suck for you, Eric, if you had one.
Luckily, the diesel-powered one they let me keep.
Uh-huh.
They might notice that due to the sound.
Yeah. All right. Rasise, after you've been scanned, disarmed, and they start handcuffing you. Rasise walks onto the ship at about this point because there is literally zero chance
Now
he'll
it's
walk
safe.
What? Yes. Rasise may be a lot of things. Stupid is not one of them. Excessively cautious might be one of them. But it has served him well. He walks on board, looks very smugly at all of you, until his eyes light onto Obazane. He stops, looks at him more carefully, blinks. Inquisitor Zane? And Oba sort of, yep. Who else do you think, boy? I was under the impression you were still imprisoned on Pukura Station, sir. What are you? How did you get out, sir? Wait, you you were the one they busted out of. Sir, I had no idea you were... What? This is literally the first time you've ever seen Rasise say anything but calm and control.
I was going to say, Jock's going to say, Rasise, dude, here's a tip, okay? Before you start a sentence, finish the last one.
Sir, had I known that you were out, I would. Zane is looking. Honestly, Zane is looking very calm, composed, and very much in charge at the moment, despite that he's currently handcuffed.
Great.
All right, Rasise. First things, tell your people to uncuff me, or things are going to get very uncomfortable for everybody here. Yes, sir. Get him out of those! That's an Imperial Inquisitor there. Sir, wasn't he imprisoned for treason? Rasise gives the bounty hunter a look.
We will let people he can't murder sort that out.
Rasise looks at the guy and says, "Uncuff him." The Zane is uncuffed and says, "Where's my cane?" Thank you. Right, Rasise. Sir, if there had been anything I could have done to do anything about those charges, I would have. You know that, right, sir? And yes. And you made sure to take and I totally respect your play to sidle up to the next most powerful Inquisitor. Totally understandable, kid.
Oh. Jith kind of scoffs. Wow, Rasise, how long have you been working for the Empire?
Rasise sort of looks at Jith and says, "Quite some time."
Evidently. Nice to know that your loyalty has always been the same.
It has.
Oh. Okay then.
This explains things.
That does explain a lot.
Zane says, "Yes, Rasise was one of my most trusted agents. And I don't actually fault him for not seeing Morn's backstab coming, because I didn't see it coming, and I should have." Right, Rasise. We have an excellent opportunity here to address some issues that I currently have. Yes, sir. Do you want me to let these? Of course not. These people are perfect bait for Morns. You're going to deliver them to him as scheduled, and then I will get my opportunity to kill that son of a bitch when he least expects it. It's a perfect cover. That said, we will need to keep them intact for turning over to him. Yes, sir. I understand, sir. Yeah, absolutely. We'll keep them in the brig, obviously. And, sir, you do realize that I do have Imperial people on board the ship. Yes, I assume they're ImpSec. Who's leading them? Captain Nessos, sir. Captain Nessos. I think we can work with this. Come along, my boy. Make sure your people take them to the brig. And be careful of the Twi'lek girl. She's a lot more skilled than she looks at first. I'm aware, sir. Good. Let's go. And he walks out after Rasise.
You're fucking welcome.
Zane has literally no reply. He doesn't even slow down his walk.
Zane gonna be upset when I kill everyone on board.
Well, yeah,
except for us.
I'm sure he would work with it.
I will say, word, you and Vorkos don't hear this, obviously. Right. You also hear Zane say, as an aside, actually, no, Zane doesn't say anything. So, yeah. You hear Rasise saying, right, once we have them off the deck, Close the hangar, depressurize it, just depressurize the deck just in case they've got something clever. They've got some clever plans going. Let's not make it easy for them to sneak back on board. Just in case.
But I'd like it being easy to sneak back on board.
And you guys are all escorted down to the brig. You see a bunch of well, actually, as you guys are you are all sort of brought together and being escorted, spaced apart reasonably carefully with plenty of with a number of stormtroopers between each of you. As you come down the hallway to one of the turbo lifts that you are assuming is what's going to be taking you down to the prison level. You see Captain Nessos sort of standing there, arms crossed. Oh, before I forget, yeah, they slap a restraining bolt on IO9.
Is it the proper type of restraining bolt?
It's an Imperial restraining bolt.
Oh, so yes.
I mean, I already have this restraining bolt right here.
Yeah, they slap another. They take that one off and put another one on.
No,
Oh.
my restraining bolt. I'm very fond of that restraining bolt.
I need that to be restrained.
They could scan you to try to find weapons, but they know exactly how fruitless that is. It's like, okay, we're just gonna scan for power source. Oh, for fuck's sake!
I know. Break out the metal Never mind.
I guess we could break out a chemical sniffer to sort of smell for blaster gas, but that's about the only thing we can think of.
It's like, oh, you found my blaster gas generator in my shoulder there. You know, people say those things are fairly useless, but I tend to disagree.
At any rate, you see Captain Nessos sort of standing in the hallway, and she sort of, looks at Rasise and says, you see, Inquisitor Morns. Not Inquisitor Morns, Inquisitor Zane. You were the one they rescued. You were the one they busted out of Bakura. That actually makes a lot of sense. Huh. You do realize, sir, that I'm in something of a difficult position here now. Zane sort of arches an eyebrow at her and says, "Oh? Suppose we'll have to discuss what I'm going to do about you, sir." Indeed, Captain, indeed. We have plenty of time to discuss that en route back to Morn's ship. Oh, dear. Why do things keep getting more complicated for me? She looks over at IO9 and says, "Well, I hope you consider the message I sent you, IO9. The offer still stands, of course. Take him down to make sure to put the droid in its own holding cell and keep cameras on it at all times. It is much more dangerous and practical much more dangerous than you think it is.
Especially if I'm given some clothes to fold, then I'm very dangerous at making nice, fine creases."
Yeah.
Must not make Crichton joke. No.
Anyways, the four of you are escorted down to the cells. Vorkos, you are not found.
Hooray!
The one thing you are noticing is the air is beginning to get a little bit thin.
Where's my helmet? All right. I've got 10 minutes of air. Time to move.
Yeah, because they left the gangplanks down and then vented the atmosphere because,
Jerks.
just in case there might be somebody hiding on board.
Gee, I don't know who would have given them that idea. I mean, that's ridiculous. Paranoid, that's what it is.
Why would a smuggler ever try something like that?
All right.
That wasn't your ship. That was clearly my ship. And I'm a thief. Thieves don't do that. Thieves never do sneaky things. Ever.
All right, wrong one.
It's true, we don't do anything sneaky. I mean, I wouldn't know that.
Right.
So, first things first.
Before we get that, I want to do one quick thing.
Okay.
All right. There is a... there is a brig map. I'm just copying tokens over to at the moment. So I've copied all the players' tokens over to the brig map. Actually, let's see there. All right. So you should be able to see the map. Please tell me if you can.
Brig.
Nope, that's
Brig.
wrong thing.
I do not see brig.
Mantidea Brig.
Mentadea
Oh,
Brig.
yeah.
Okay.
Aha.
Do we need to copy our own tokens?
Nope, I've already copied them.
The Macadamian brig? Okay.
Incidentally, I noticed that my title screen token is a bit outdated.
Well, then you should probably update it.
Done. I have 14 guns now.
Yeah, mine's outdated as well. Okay.
All right. Yeah, you guys should. I apologize. Yeah. But yeah, you should see where you are position-wise, just so you know roughly.
Right.
Important things to note in the room, the entry room there. The little hemispheres are blaster turrets.
Mm.
Okay.
These things?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. When we came in here, did we come from over here or did we come from over here?
You came in this way. There is no.
You've seen New Hope, right? It's literally that prison cell.
It's been a long time since I've seen that.
It's laid out like
It's
that.
just a-
It's a, yeah,
it's just
okay.
a-
Elevator,
It's a dead
reception
end
desk,
corridor.
hotel rooms.
Yep. And by the way, this wall here. Don't try to bust out through that wall. That's all I'm going to say. I don't recommend it. I'll put it that way.
I mean, you will escape.
True. You will. That will get
You
you,
will
off
no
the
longer
ship.
be captured.
It will get you off the ship real fast. So it has that going for it. And
No,
and actually,
this is
IO9 will be
Canadian.
mostly fine.
Yeah, IO's fine.
Just
I'm doing
spinning
fine.
forever in space.
How many of you are capable of breathing in a vacuum?
Oh, I can answer this one.
Yeah?
I
And what's
can.
the answer, Eric?
Well, I can.
For how long?
Exactly as long as it takes to freeze to death.
Uh-huh. Which is something IO9 doesn't have to worry about either.
Yeah.
Nope, he just gets to be driven mad by boredom as he spins forever through the void.
Pretty much.
The good ending.
Yeah. I'm going to call him Cars.
IO9 is not sexy enough to be Cars. I mean, he's got the oil, but that's about it.
Oh.
Wrong type of oil. At any rate, that's just so you guys know what the situation you currently are in.
Right.
They have put IO9 in a cell not directly adjacent to anybody else. And actually, that guard's going to be standing here. For all that's called good reasons. All right, but that is not. So that is where you guys are. You can do what you want to in that area, and simultaneously, Vorkos, you sort of unfold yourself from the closet. You do not see
Right.
anybody on the ship, but you notice that you are running out of air very quickly.
Right. So, what are my exits that don't involve spinning through space?
Well, I assume you first find your helmet.
Yeah.
Okay. You get your helmet, you put it on, you now have about 10 minutes of atmosphere, of breathable
Excellent.
air. Hooray. All right. I assume you sort of poke your head out the ramp.
Yeah.
All right. The force screen is up.
Okay.
Again, they're not making it easy to escape, but they've vented all the atmosphere out of the deck. It's not open to
Gotcha.
vacuum. That would lead to some.
That's
That
good.
would lead to several. Might lead to some issues, especially when they enter hyperspace,
Right.
which they are currently doing, actually.
Possibly problematic.
Next up, Coruscant.
Oh, good. We've been there.
Yeah.
No, you have no idea where you're going at the moment, other than you all feel feel a sensation of entering hyperspace.
Awesome.
So you're on the Eric. You're on the hangar. The hangar deck is not open to vacuum, which is a plus, Eric.
Good.
But there is no air out there. They vented all the atmosphere, which is not that big a deal, but
Right.
for now,
It's still cold outside with no kind of atmosphere.
correct.
Okay. So, what are my exits from the hangar area? What doors am I looking at? Is there just the one, or are there several?
There's only one actual sort of doorway that you can see.
Okay.
Well, there are a bunch of doors all over the place, but from what you remember of the hangar deck on Corvettes, you've seen a few of them, I'm assuming, at some point. Most of those are pretty much like storage closets and shit.
Gotcha.
Uh,
So there's just the one door.
as far as you can see, yes. There are other, that's the only door out of here, yes.
Okay. So I'll go up to the door, and I'll pull out something reflective so I can look through the window in the door to see if there's anyone in the hallway.
Okay, I will accept that there's a window in the door. So yes,
I remembered we're playing Feng Shui. I don't need to ask the question.
well done. And I'm not saying no. I'm not saying no. So yes.
Okay.
All right, you pull something reflective. Excellent. You peek down the hallway.
Yep.
You don't need a perception roll to spot this. Yeah, there are 4 Gamorreans sort of standing in the hallway on guard.
How attentive are they? Like, do they look like they're sort of slacking off and talking?
Well,
while
the
pretending
boss
to be on
just
duty,
left
or-
about 5 minutes ago.
They are totally slacking off and not doing anything.
No, they look very much on alert still.
Really?
Yep.
It's been a whole 5 minutes.
Yep.
These are some disciplined Gamorreans.
Make a perception check.
I can do that. Closed roll?
Yes.
Neck hair?
Technically, no. That's
7.
plenty good enough. Yeah, you notice that there are cameras in the hallway,
Hmm.
and that the guards are currently stationed in view of of some of the cameras.
Well, the storage closet's going to have a vent in it.
Entirely possible.
So let's see if there's a vent I can squeezle my way through.
All right, you open a storage closet and close it.
Yep.
All right. Give me a fortune roll.
Here's my fortune.
Isn't it 3?
Yeah.
Closed again, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay. Most of the air in the closet rushes out when you open the door.
Hmm.
Yeah, basically you open the door and there's bits and bobs get sucked out because you're opening a door from an area that has an atmosphere into an area that doesn't.
Right.
That was basically a check to see if you were lucky enough that you'd be able to get the door open and closed quickly enough that nothing like that would happen.
Right.
On the plus side, once the doors are closed, it will repressurize.
Excellent.
But
So
the downside, the way awful part of that, since you rolled -1, is that debris did get sucked out into the hangar bay,
which they may notice.
right? And yes, there is a ventilation shaft in here, and you look at it. It is larger than than a ventilation duct really should be, because this is a movie.
Right.
But you are a very large individual. You look at it, and you figure you probably could shimmy your way down it, but probably not in your armor. And not with all your gear carried with you either, because,
All right.
Twins would have no problems in here.
Of course not.
Jith would have even less problems because she's shorter.
She's tiny.
But yeah, like you and Jox would be like, Oh, and Ion would have no problems because he's a droid.
Because he's a droid.
And he's designed
built to do that shit.
But you figure, yeah, if you took your armor off and left some of your left a chunk of your bulkier gear behind, you could probably bring some gear with you and shimmy down it without being too uncomfortable. It'll be a squeeze. It'll be a bit of a tight
Right.
fit, though.
All right, let's do that.
Okay, so you ditch your armor. What gear are you going to bring with you?
Okay, I'm bringing the grapple line and the wrist comp thing.
Okay, that you can definitely do that.
Vera, because duh.
Okay, that's going to chew up most of what you can carry.
And a small set of tools, like needle files, lock picks, probes.
Sure,
that kind of
you can fit that in a small pouch.
Yeah.
You won't be able to carry much more than that. You think you might be able to squeeze a blaster pistol with you also.
Yeah, we'll bring that too.
But that's and a knife, obviously.
I don't need knives. I got claws. But I'll bring a knife.
Useful tools even for people with claws.
Yes.
It's not a weapon as far as you're concerned. It's a tool. But it'd be a useful weapon for someone smaller and not be clawed.
Yeah, for an inferior species. For some reason evolved out of claws. Who does that?
I don't know. Anyways, you open up the ventilation shaft, pull yourself in. Give me a dex check. Actually, no. Do you have infiltration?
I do. I have intrusion.
You have intrusion? Give me an intrusion check. That's it. That'd be better than dex or anything like that. Oh, yeah.
Sneak some.
You pull yourself in with hardly a noise, actually. Like you've done this before.
I may even have.
It's entirely possible, actually. And you go sort of crawling, slithering your way down the ventilation shaft. It's tight, but you're able to do it, and you're not making any noise.
Oh, I'm going to stow my shit in a crate.
Okay. That is acceptable, and makes sense. Yep.
Yes, stow it in a crate there.
There happens to be an empty crate.
The other crate's open, so it looks like it just wasn't secured properly.
Sure. There happens to have been an empty crate there.
Yeah.
Because, sure, why not?
Yeah.
It's convenient. All right, so you're snaking your way
way.
down the tunnel.
All right. First thing I want to do is get my bearings inside these tunnels. So looking for some place where I can look out and see other stuff.
Sure. You travel on for a little while till you get to a junction area. Give me a perception check. 10, that's plenty. All right, yeah, you eventually do find your way to a junction area. It takes you This takes you about half an hour or so.
Okay.
To find a junction area where you can look down and not be spotted immediately. But it's like the first couple you find, it's like, okay, there are guards there. And there are cameras there. And okay, this one it looks like there's a blind spot here.
Excellent. Then I will extricate myself after double checking this, make sure there's no one around.
Okay, you do so. You open the thing and drop down. And there is a computer terminal here.
All right. Beep bop. Where is the brig?
Give me a detective roll. Because that's entirely appropriate for the situation. Oh, dear Lord, Eric. Yeah, you know how to get to the brig easily and without being spotted on that 19.
Excellent.
Right. So you are certainly able to work your way down there through various ventilation shafts and shit, and avoiding patrols and such. It'll take you about an hour or so to get there, at least.
Okay.
If you want to make sure you're not spotted, which I assume you do currently.
Do that. Also, the guard rotation and what they would have stationed at the brig.
Okay, the guard rotation seems to be on. Okay, Eric, you notice that they have added Imperial security troops to the complement on the ship currently. That's noted in the logs. So you can take a look at the map, and that's what's going to be on guard most of the time. In fact, all the time. They'll have that many people. They'll have that complement there while they're. There'll be at least one Imperial security sergeant, 4 troopers, and then a group of 5 or so Gamorrean guards on duty. You're guessing if they're using the Gamorreans because they're, good and thuggish, really. Let's be real.
Yeah.
All right. So while all this is going on, everyone else, what are you up to?
I imagine we're being escorted.
Well, at this, you've been escorted down here and you're in your cells.
Okay, let me see. Let me look at the map here real quick.
You basically the ship entered the corvette entered the Metadata entered hyperspace basically the second you guys were in your cells, and basically you were put in your cells. The stormtrooper calmed up. They're in their cells, sir, and then the ship basically shortly thereafter entered hyperspace.
What's the actual layout of the cells? Are these like Imperial cell doors, or are they? Do we have can we see out?
They're like Imperial cell doors. Yeah, there's no windows out. There are There are cameras in the cells.
Right. Well, what am I going to do? Get in trouble? I'm going to pull the camera apart.
You start pulling the camera apart.
Yeah.
All right. As you sort of start fiddling with the camera, you hear a speaker sort of fire up and says, "Mr. Jocks, we would highly recommend you stop fiddling with the cameras, or we'll just be forced to pump knockout gas into your cell."
Well, you're no fun. You haven't even left me a book.
It won't be that long a trip. We could arrange for entertainment in some of various sorts, but the boss has said that most of the more interesting forms of entertainment are off limits today.
Oh, no hookers.
You know what? Since you're sort of like you're the Imperial dude, okay? I'm gonna be nice, okay? When I get out of here, all of those Gamorreans you've got lying around, they're all going to get blown up, but not you. You're not going to get blown up. I promise you, okay? You're going to get shot.
Good to know. Have a nice day.
Jith is going to kind of be, sitting in the corner, kind of staring up at the camera.
Mm-hmm.
She kind of has like an open look on her face, like, well.
Anything
Twins
else?
is basically just going to. I'm assuming there's a cot or whatever.
There is.
Yeah. Twins is just going to sit on the cot with her legs folded and just kind of shut her eyes, fold her arms, and lean against the wall. So it looks like she's just kind of sitting there stewing, but in actuality, she's meditating.
Okay.
Just trying to get a feel for, life signs pass near the door. It's like just kind of like getting a sense for what's in the area.
Okay. If you want, you can give me a force powers roll, I guess.
Sure, why not? Closed, I assume?
Yeah. We're not in combat, so.
16.
Yeah, you got a rough feel for the number of people in the area. I mean, you don't know who they are, obviously, but...
Right, but it's like, I can get a rough count. So I'm like, okay, there's about 10 dudes that aren't us, because I know our signatures. And I can assume that Io's around here.
Right, yeah. You have no idea if Io's around because, other than
Right.
you saw him being put into a cell.
Right. There's 5 big bulky things and 5 not so bulky things. Probably the Gamorreans and then the troopers. Okay. So 10, half of which are particularly stupid, the rest are just reasonably stupid. And that's going to be twins for the time being.
Okay.
Just kind of assessing the situation.
Skitch, is Io up to anything, or are you just sort of chilling there for the moment?
I mean, he's probably going to be assessing the cell, trying to infer if there's anything that he can glean in terms of, I don't know necessarily weaknesses, but it's just sort of like, it says the cell over here is empty. This is empty. Probably just barely make out twins over here, right?
Well, there are no windows, so.
Oh, okay. There's no windows,
Nope.
so.
You would have a host of options if you didn't have that goddamn actual restraining bolt on you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, they can't pump gas in the thing to knock you out, but they have a restraining bolt, so. At least they didn't turn you off.
Mm. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I think what will happen is that I will. He's just going to try to investigate as much as he can around to try to infer what he can.
Sure.
And intrusion would be the best role you can do for that.
Go for that. Yep.
All right. 15. Yeah.
All right. Here's the thing. You've spotted several weaknesses in the cell security, and you are certain that you could extradite yourself from the cell. You're just not entirely certain how far you could get before someone actually noticed and would activate your restraining bolt.
Are there pillows in here with enough stuffing to create a reasonable facsimile of myself?
No.
In the cell?
No.
Darn.
There aren't enough pillows in the world.
That's it. Actually, the answer to your question is: Are there enough pillows? No, there are no pillows.
That's unfortunate.
You are a droid, and also it's an Imperial brig.
Basically, yeah. It is not designed for comfort. Honestly, the cot in question is sort of more of a slab.
Looking around the cell, do I spot microphones?
Well, you're guessing there's probably some sort of microphone in the camera.
Okay. I'm going to... actually, I'm short. How high up is the camera?
If the camera, you could theoretically possibly reach it if you were standing on your bed and on the cot and stood on your tiptoes.
Okay. I'm going to take like a buckle off my belt, and I'm going to grind it against the wall right next to the camera. Produce a nails on a chalkboard type of effect.
Captain Kai,
What?
we gave gave Mr. Jocks a similar warning, but we would appreciate it if you would just relax and stop doing.
I'm not
stuff
sabotaging anything.
Yes, but you're making a very annoying noise, and frankly,
You could turn off the microphone. Then it wouldn't be bothering anyone.
or we could just pump knockout gas, pump yourself full of knockout gas.
Maybe you could send someone down here and we could talk
That
about
doesn't
it.
sound fun.
It's very impersonal to be talking to your camera like this.
That's nice. That is nice, Captain Kai, and I'm sorry you feel that way, but we have a job to do, and we're going to do it. We're going to do it We're going to do it properly. So knock it off. I see you wander next to the wall there, Word.
Well, I said like I was on the cot and like leaning against the wall, so
Okay, sure. I was just checking whether you would,
I do have an idea.
Sure.
So, considering that I'm further down the hall than Jith is, I'm fairly confident that I saw Jith go into a cell before me, specifically the one next to me.
Fair point.
And I definitely detect a life sign in there.
Yeah, you know which cell Jit's in. All of you are fairly sure you know which cells each of you are in.
Well, Vorkas and I are not Vorkas, sorry. Jocks and I probably. Well, I don't actually know if we can see through the door.
You can't.
No, right, because they're just metal doors.
Yep.
And the Imperial bricks, right?
So, after thinking about it for a while, coincidentally, after Jith stops fudging around with the mic, Jith is going to start noticing very slight, like, tugs at her clothing that seem a bit rhythmic.
Debating whether I'm going to allow that. You know what? Sure, whatever. Give me you have to give me a force powers roll for it, though. Word.
Oh, certainly. 15.
Yeah, that's good enough to both know roughly where Jith is and to have enough fine control on that to do it. Sure.
Cool. So, yeah. Doug.
Are you saying anything through Star Wars equivalent of Morse code?
Basically.
Okay.
So, Twins is effectively trying to convey 10 of them, 5 Gs, regular patrol, and is just kind of like reporting on the situation. It's just like, what's another detail? Don't tap wall. I could probably like kind of like feel like the general emotive sense from Jith, given how close she is.
Yeah, probably.
Agitation, frustration.
That's yes. Happiness is no. Think happy, yes. think angry, yes. Think happy, no.
What if you think hungry though?
For what?
Food? I don't know.
No.
I'm just,
Are you just establishing a rapport for later?
basically, so like if she's setting it up so like if she asks you a yes/no question, you know how to respond.
Gotcha. All right. Okay. Jith thinks about her ship being captured. Arr.
Okay. That's all that comes back. It's like, okay.
All right, Eric. About an
All
hour
right.
later, you are in the general vicinity of the deck of the cells. What is your
Okay.
plan?
So, I would have some way to disable people in cells if possible. So, I'm going to check the vents by there, see if there's some sort of electrical pulse or what have you, or, I don't know, knockout gas.
Yeah, gas release system.
Yeah, there's definitely some sort of. There are pipes that do seem to run towards the cells. Yes.
Can I find the gas reservoir?
Controlled facilities seem to like gas tubes for some reason.
The gas reservoir is not here.
Okay.
Not immediately present.
So I can't just gas the whole brig.
No,
Okay.
they actually thought of that one.
That was my plan.
No, my non-existent constitution. Why?
I agree, puppy.
Okay.
This
So
is
I'm going to guess I can like peek into the cells from the vents.
Not really. No.
No?
No.
Damn. I was going to drop off some tools for jocks and twins. That was my other plan. That's why I brought them.
No,
All
they
right.
actually the actual cells look, from what you're looking at, they look ridiculously, they look very hard to break out of for that reason.
who designs a cell like that? For fuck's sake.
Paranoids.
Actually, let me think about this for a second. You're in the vent system. Yeah, okay, Eric. The vents that go down to the cells go from, oversized to actually kind of small. But you can see sort of the light from the cells sort of filtering up through the vents.
Okay.
Also, you can see that they are the vents. You can sort of poke your head into the little sort of the shaft, and you can see that they are definitely set up to close to vacuum seal if need be, so that they can flood so that they can pump gas into the cell and not have it leak back up into the ventilation system.
Right.
Because that would be stupid if that happened.
Can I see if there's who's in the cells?
Not from where you are.
Something shiny. Could I set up a mirrors reflecting mirrors type of situation to look in there?
Huh, interesting. Yeah, I think so. That would work. Give me a second to. Definitely need a skill of some sort for that, but
While you think that over, just for the sake of fluff, Twins is going to morse over to Jith that she was glad to be on board the ship in case this goes bad.
All right, Eric, give me a detective roll. That is the closest skill. Actually, no, give me an intrusion roll. That's actually more appropriate. I hate to say it.
That's fine.
An 8. Yeah, all right. they're not really expecting someone to set up a mirror system like that or anything like that from the ventilation systems. So
Okay.
they're not expecting people to coming to the cell areas the direction you're going. It's got small tube of people from going from in the cell out.
Right.
So yeah, okay. Yeah, that's good enough that you don't make any noise with the mirrors, and you're able to set up something like that. It takes time.
Okay.
But after about half an hour of poking around, you find this. The first person you find is Jocks' cell.
All right. I'm going to write a little note on the tool packet.
Okay.
It basically says, jerk once if you can use this, twice if you can't. And I'm going to use the grapple line to sort of dangle it just outside of the vent.
Okay. Give me another intrusion roll.
I'm actually going to fortune die this.
Okay. So you're getting +3.
Aha!
So a 16. Yeah, okay. You managed to do it in such a way that it is not caught on camera.
Yay!
So yeah, Jocks, you're sort of sitting around in the cell, and then you all of a sudden notice by the vent, there's a little package sort of hanging there.
I will get up and make an effort to, as if I'm stretching.
Short.
Have a little wander around. Reach out with a hand and scoop it up.
All right, you're able to see the note on it also.
Yep, surreptitiously see the note, blah, blah, blah. What was it written on it? Once for what?
Once if you can get use this, twice if not.
The camera's going to be a problem. I'm going to once and keep it. I've got an idea, but yeah.
Okay. Now I'm going to have to work my way over to the front here and figure out a way to distract them.
All right. Let me think for a second. All right, how subtle do you want to be, Eric?
With all the exclamation points possible.
Maximum Eric!
Basically, I want to get them away from the monitors. So,
All right.
Moderate Eric. That's how subtle.
Modern Eric, okay.
So nothing exploding, but stuff falling down loudly.
Give me a guns roll, Eric. All right. It occurs to you, this is just pops in my head, that it is possible you're in the vent systems, you're above the area there. You can sort of see roughly where the power systems for the turrets are.
Oh, I'm totally ripping those out.
Wouldn't it be better to repurpose them?
Yeah, but I don't have computers or sabotage.
Fair.
No, but you could probably monkey about with them using your gun skill.
That's true.
So you could access something to do with you could access the power systems of the guns. I'll let you think of something to do with that if you want. Mm-hmm. That is something that occurs to you that you like. You can sort of you think you can get work your way over to the power systems for at least one of the turrets and do something with it. Whether you can think of some way to use that as a distraction, I don't know.
All these unfortunate weapon malfunctions in prison blocks.
It's true. It happens all the time. Oh, this is good.
Okay.
I'm going to vent all the Tabana gas in there and then set it off.
All right.
Eric,
So
you
it
said
looks,
no
like, it looks
explode-
exactly like a weapon malfunction.
That is something you are. Yeah, give me a guns roll. This is something that the sabotage skill will be ideal for, but the gun skill does cover this. All right. Yep. All right. So which turret would you like to pick?
The upper left one here.
So this one here?
Yeah.
All right. Sure. So you fiddle around with it a bit. You hear the satisfying sound of Tabana gas leaking out of the turret. IMSEC Stormtrooper 1 looks over at the turret and goes, sir, the blaster, this turret's leaking Tabana gas, sir. The sergeant goes, what? Do you want to set it off now?
Yes.
Kersploom. Yeah.
That's a real word.
Kersploom is in fact a real word. It's Welsh.
Yes, can confirm. Although actually, there's a few too many vowels for it to be Welsh.
It's probably also too short.
I'll put on disabled for now. Yeah. Blat. This stormtrooper goes down and ah! Ah! Yes. Insert Wilhelm scream here. And everybody seems to be paying, sort of going, oh god, oh god, oh god.
That explosion, I'm assuming we can hear it, if not feel it.
Oh, you can hear it, and everyone hears the explosion.
Twins' eyes are now open.
I'm going to head for the camera and rip it off the wall.
Sure.
Use the tools, pull some wires out, and use those to jam into the door and shot
All right,
it.
give me a sabotage roll. Do you have intrusion, Gav?
I do.
Okay, sabotage followed by intrusion.
Okay, closed.
At this moment, no. This is a stress situation, so we're into open rolls now.
Okay, where's my sabotage?
All right, yeah, that you got that part down easy.
And I will fortune my intrusion.
Okay. $14. That's enough to get the door open, no problem. Yeah. By the way,
Cool. I was going to ask about him.
Yeah, he's going what?
Yeah.
Yeah, you hear thudding noises as the Gamorrean goes thudding by the door.
Good.
They are facing away from the door.
Yeah. I'm going to head straight out over here, hit the release on Jith's cell.
Sure.
Yeah, so, Captain, I believe our reptilian friend has organised an escape. If you'd like
Shut
to...
up!
Oh, it doesn't matter. They can't hear me. And I'm going to go over here and German suplex this guy.
I'm not going to make you make a roll for this, Gav. He has no idea you're there. No, this is This is the rule of yeah, okay.
Okay, I'll rephrase it then. I believe in opportunity as hitters, Captain. You go get the others. I'll play with our friends.
That doesn't sound right. There's got to be a better way to say that.
I've already rephrased it once. I'm not doing it again.
At least you didn't say you blew yourself.
You're playing with us to find our holes?
No. No, you just walk in and it's like, I'm afraid I've got a bit of bad news.
There's never any good news with you.
And I'm assuming the Gamorrean had a gun, and now I have a gun.
Yes, he does. Let me double check what I gave them. Hang on. Crap. I didn't note down what I gave them. Actually, Gav,
Go on.
the Gamorreans actually have a gun, the same make and model gun you use.
Yay! Keep it simple.
And a battle axe.
I imagine they have shotguns.
The stormtroopers have the typical stormtrooper guns, unsurprisingly.
Pew, 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 yeah.
All right, so you now have a shotgun. By the way, alarms are now going off. Well, actually, right now you can hear from up there. Prison block. What's going on down there? We're registering an explosion. Please check in.
This time it is a weapons malfunction.
The sergeants are like, Sir, the turret number 3 malfunctioned. It leaked to panic gas and then exploded, taking out trooper insert numbers here. We're investigating to make sure the other turrets aren't about to do the same thing, since they are all interlinked.
Oh, that's so good to hear.
Well, they are running off the same power system, so
Oh, it's glorious.
Eric, would you like to do something else?
I would like to blow up some more turrets.
Give me another guns roll.
Where'd my character go? There he is. This is open roll now, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
It's a party on the Eric Express.
No. Eric has a theme tune for this. It's
I just rewatched Gremlins 2 the other day. That movie's fucking amazing.
I've never seen it, so I missed
Marcos
that.
the giant gremlin.
Poor Trooper 4 also explodes.
All right. Actually, I should probably... I should be using that. And that. Hang on a second. I'm Xing out the turrets you're blowing up.
Right.
Yeah, insert Wilhelm scream. Thud. Wrong thing. There we go. Ah! Alright, so that's your action of the turn. Jox and Jith, what are you doing?
So I am leaving my cell. I'm going to go down here.
Okay, you open up Twin's cell, no problem. If you want to open IOs, you can do that too.
Okay, yeah. So just run down and hit both.
Yep. So IO and Twins, your cells are now open and you can do stuff. Jox, what are you? Jox, you're up first though.
Is the other Gamorrean still distracted?
He's starting to turn around because he heard some noise behind him, like his buddy being dropped on his head.
Because there's multiple of us, I'm actually going to toss the shotgun backwards to somebody else to pick up, and I'm going to rush him as well. We'll try a power bomb this time.
All right, this time you're going to have to give me a martial arts roll.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
Bad luck, fail jocks.
Yeah. Hang on.
One thing also you can figure out is that once Io's out of his cell, he just sort of pulls his gun out from where it's hidden.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You have it's just like.
Don't forget the bolt.
Yeah, as I was gonna say, Jith is like, hang on, hold still for a second, and starts using, I guess, part of her body armor to pry at the restraining bolts.
Give me a fix-it roll.
Okay, open roll, and I am going to roll a 12. Okay, that's not a very good roll.
No, it's not. Did you want to retroactively Did you want to use a fortune die on that? I'm gonna let you do retroactive. Okay, no, all right. It'll take another round to basically you can't get it done this round, but next round you'll have it off.
That's fine with me.
All right.
I'm not gonna go stupid with the thing. What I'm actually gonna do is try and grab the gun and outstrength him.
Okay, sure.
And rip the gun away from him.
Sure. Give me a strength roll then.
Okay. And I'll fortune this just in case as well.
Sure.
Because my strength's only +8.
So 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's enough to rip the gun out of a somewhat surprised Gamorrean's hands.
Mine!
Yeah.
Now, do I blat him or do I throw him into a cell?
That's actually fun. Throw back into your own cell, hit the button.
Yeah, no, that was the plan. I've nicked his gun, and I was just going to run him into the cell and close the door.
You know what? Sure, why not?
Yeah.
Technically speaking, this should be a martial arts check, but again, he's not expecting any of this tomfoolery. You shove him back against the door, hit the release button, he falls back into the cell, you close the door. It's like, thud into the door, what? Ah! Thud!
I'm gonna, and to finish off, I'm going to duck into the doorway of this one just in case.
Fair enough. And you toss the gun back towards, your other gun back towards Jeth?
Yeah, there's another gun somewhere here.
Okay. Twins, what are you up to?
I was gonna grab the gun,
Okay. Well, you're up, Twins.
but yeah, Twins are gonna head out. See a gun skittering around on the ground. Grab it. This will do.
Not your usual sort of gun, but
No, but you know,
in a pinch.
yeah. Probably,
You know,
probably
because
hits
it's a
about
gamma because it's a gamma ray shotgun. It's like for twins, it's like gun or body double, whichever.
I imagine this probably hits about as hard as Mrs. Brisby.
I would recommend bracing before you fire that. The recoil is substantial.
It uses shotgun stats, so it's base 13, and you can ka-chink it effectively.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, 13 is one less than Mrs. Brisby, so yeah, it's about as strong. Twins will look from side to side and just kind of observe mayhem and observe Jeff. And, you got everything going there, Captain?
Hang on.
Business as usual, got it. And she's going to head over this
Twins
way.
does the Sarah Connor thing where she whips the shotgun around to chink it with one arm.
I was thinking about shooting the restraining bolt, but...
That might be a bad idea.
Not with the scatter gun.
I can
From
picture.
over there, I was like, I was going to walk
I can picture-
over and like get it from the side.
I can picture if like Twins didn't like Io at all, like shooting for the bolt and like hitting Io. It's like, oh no, you missed your target. No, I didn't.
Thankfully for you, Io was one of the first people Twins made friends with.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, he was.
At this point, all right. So you hear basically over the Eric. You all hear over the comms. All right. There's issues with the blast the turrets and the cells. Shut the power down to the cannons. We don't want any more of them going off. You should, Captain, Sergeant, go check the cells. This might be a distraction.
No. Jeez.
Could be.
So he goes over, looks at the monitor, and he goes, "Aw, hell!"
Can I shoot the sergeant now?
No.
Yes, Eric, you may shoot the sergeant if you'd like.
Can I
Who's the
shoot,
Van Stacka?
I didn't shoot the sergeant.
can I shoot someone like can I shoot him in the face? Oh, I would be insulted if you didn't.
I'm going to hit him with 2 bursts.
Eric, by the way, would you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Actually, I'll do it. Let's see, where is... I have to go back to the title screen for a second. Is your
I would
token up
just
to date
like
on the title screen? It looks like it is, so...
Yes, I have myself over here.
I missed you.
I would just like to point out, I did tell him his subordinates were going to get blown up and he'd get shot.
You're psychic.
I object to that.
He doesn't. The Force isn't being psychic. Okay, we're talking about like
We've
All right,
established
Eric.
that I'm psychic type and I'm weak to bugs.
Oh, is that your roll there, 15?
Yep.
That will definitely hit him. You hit him by 2. I assume you're firing 2 bursts.
Yep.
Are you kicking open the ventilation or just shooting it open?
I'm just going to shoot it open. It's more dramatic that way.
I like it. I like that. I think that's why I was saying you're kicking it up. Like, wait, no, Eric might actually shoot it open, and that would be kind of awesome. So
Yes.
yes,
Blaster
those of you in the
fire
hallway
can.
looking down see a hail of blaster fire erupt through one of the ventilation grates. What's the damage? How much damage do you have?
There is 13 base, 16, so 18. And
Alright.
then up by 2, so
20.
20.
Minus 8 is he takes 12 wound points.
And the entire console is just sprayed because I am not
Oh
being
yeah, the console is shredded.
subtle. Yeah, I'm not being subtle there.
All right. I'm not going to be doing a normal the normal roll initiative track. We're just going to basically go. We're sort of basically going. You guys take your actions. They take their actions. You take your actions. They take their actions. Just for simplicity's sake, for this.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So that was Vorkos. Jox, you're next. Basically, it's me, Vorkos, then Jox, as he's the first one out. Then Jith.
So we're
then
just
Twin.
going left to right.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Keeping it simple. Jox, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to take a step to the next point of cover.
Uh-huh.
And, yeah, just as I promised, I'm going to shoot the sergeant.
Okay. He is somewhat distracted. I'm going to give you +1 to hit.
Ooh.
It's almost like he just got lit up from a ventilation shaft.
Ooh, God, okay, I'm at 15 to hit. Nice.
Oh, you hit exactly.
Yay!
So 13 damage base, I believe.
For me, yeah, if it's the
That's
same
another 8 wound points. No, 5 wound points, sorry. Boom! Ah! What the?
size. I told you!
All right, twins.
Just see that image now of the captain standing up, looking around at the two blown up underlings, like, fuck.
All right. Since we're abandoning shots, can we ka-chink for free?
Sure, absolutely. Actually, yeah, I'll give you a free extra point of damage on that, Gav, for the free ka-chink.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, normally you can spend a one-shot action to ka-chink your gun at Gav and get +1 damage.
Okay.
All right. Twins are going to power slide over into here,
Yep.
Do.
taking moderate cover, and she's going to fire the shotgun in such a way that's going to get both of these two.
Okay.
No, I'm not going to fortune die.
All right.
Aha!
6. Yeah. Okay, that'll drop both of them.
Hell yeah!
Nice.
Double kill.
Plat. All right, Jith. You finished getting the returning bolt off IO.
Yay!
You can do what you like now. You can move
okay.
now, basically, if you want to. Also.
You left another gun around here somewhere, right?
No.
No, there was only 2 guns.
Okay. I will stick to trying to keep cover behind doors then.
All right, IO.
Mm-hmm.
You're up.
Okay, speed is 8, so I can move a total of... Oh, no, move is 6, so that's a total of 18, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you
Runs
want to
along
sprint.
there. Yeah, I'm just trying to move along there, and then, yeah, there's no one I have a super clean line of shot up, except for maybe Bounty Hunter 1, or I could just shoot the sergeant.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, you can shoot the sergeant. There's
Why
no deputy
not?
present, so
Yeah, let's just shoot the sergeant with my, this would be a 14. I'm not gonna fortune die. That's the first. Yeah, miss.
oh well.
Oh well.
Blaster bolt
That's
goes
it.
zipping by him. You're recovering from having the restraining bolt taken off of you or something.
Well,
You know,
that's what we'll say.
It was not taken off with a proper tool, so
There's a bit of feedback.
Mhm.
I want to see twins about that later.
all right. We're on to the baddies. All right. The sergeant will take cover. Oh God, he will vault over the console to the other side to take cover. He's like, okay, I'll take cover from the. I can take cover over here.
Never mind. Let's not.
This will give me cover.
How
and-
are we being assaulted from our own cells?
And he will fire his gun up at you, Eric,
All right.
because you are the most pressing threat at the moment.
I'm still in all nice and cozy and told a whole lot of cover inside my vent.
Yes, you are. Nope, doesn't hit you. Bop, 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 bop. It makes fires off a burst fires off shots from his imperial blaster, and yeah, no. Shots sort of hit around the ventilation shaft, and you're sort of going.
He's not that big.
Not too many huts can fit in ventilation shafts, but the ones that can are very dangerous.
Those hut spies that can just...
They're just really
Admittedly,
low.
yes, the hut infiltration specialist is the thing you will never see coming.
Can you imagine like a hut in a freaking like ninja garb?
Yes, you will never expect that or see it coming.
Most huts are slugs. He's a snake.
All right, Eric.
Middle
Right,
job is
other
solid.
dudes.
Other duders.
All right, okay, so, anyways. This Gamorrean bounty hunter whips out his battle axe and goes, ah!
Oh, that's cute.
They're better at melee than they are at shooting.
Yeah.
Hassan Chop!
Because we're... don't matter.
Never mind. Can he get to twins? Just barely. Okay. Same deal.
Howdy.
Yeah, no.
Wow.
He swings his axe and it goes clanging off the wall. He didn't weigh off, so he doesn't drop the axe, but
Right. Yeah, Twins is just gonna like duck a little bit, stand up, look at him, look at the wall, look back at him, and she's just gonna quirk her brow. Admittedly, the effect is diminished given... Actually, no. Do I? Holy crap, I do have eyebrows. Okay, so Twig do have hair. They're just eyebrows.
No, they
Alright.
just draw them on.
There we are.
All right.
It's a
The
street
last stormtrooper shoots at Eric, at Vorkos.
Pew!
No.
thing with predictable results.
Yeah.
All right. That's it for the baddies. Eric, you're first.
Bo Daka at the sergeant.
You're going to stay in your event.
Yep. Oh, are you kidding? It's nice and cozy in here.
All right. Take your shot.
I think that does not quite hit him.
Nope. Bullet stud into the
Shoots at the console, though.
Blaster bolt stud into the console, into the security station. Sparks fly. All right, Gav.
I didn't know if I could do this, but with the Gamorrean lunging at me and missing, at the point he's off balance, I want to grab the axe, tug him into the stairwell of the cell here, and just overbalance him into it and close the door.
I'll give it to you. That's your attack action for the turn.
Yep. And close. And because there's... Yep. And because I'm aware of other guns lying around, I'm going to finish my turn by tossing my new shotgun over towards Jox. To Jith.
All right.
I'm glad that
Jith,
you have so many arms.
Yeah, exactly. You've got plenty of arms for that, so.
Yeah. I mean, I've just managed to hit a dragon suplex and a German suplex at the same time on the same guy, so, you know.
Now you just need the electric chair suplex.
Yeah, see? Chimeraplex all in one.
Or
All right,
was it?
twins.
It's what's it fucking called? Straight jacket suplex, I think it's called.
Yeah.
I could be fancy. I'm not feeling too fancy. So I'm only going to just kind of take a grab on this dude's arm, which is, probably, big, sturdy, thick, and just kind of swing off of that behind him,
Yep.
and I'm going to blast him in the back.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Yeah, he's down. Blat. Jith.
I have a gun now.
Ho, 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 you have a gun too.
Hustle, 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 hustle. And we'll shoot at Trooper 2 over here.
Sure.
All right. 15.
Yeah, he goes down. Io, you're up.
All right. Another 18 feet of run, and that's basically just it for now because I just don't have any good line of sight
Fair enough.
at the moment.
All right. The Stormtrooper Sergeant is realizing he's badly outnumbered.
And the turrets are off now, too.
They were turned off to prevent, more explosions. Boy, they'd be helpful right now.
Who would do that? Who would turn them off like
I
that?
would,
I mean, come on.
I would like to state we've managed to like assault out of a cell block with fucking commando efficiency at this point.
Yes.
Yes. All right, the sergeant has a actual clever idea for once. He lobs a grenade into the ventilation shaft.
I don't like that.
No.
Okay, yeah. That's why he's got promoted. He realized that he has more than one weapon.
He's got grenades.
Yes, he does, Gav.
Oh no.
All right. Let's see if he can get into the shaft.
Skill.
I technically speaking, he doesn't. The rules for grenades are weird. Nominally speaking, they really shouldn't be. It's a thrown weapon,
Yeah.
which means it should use melee.
Me using sabotage is fucking broken for them.
I'm giving it to Gav because it makes sense. All right, so he's not trying to hit you directly, Eric. So he's just got to roll well enough to get into the vent, basically, with his martial arts skill to throw. Because thrown weapons are martial arts. Yeah, that'll get into the vent. But it's not right next to you, so skaboom, 12 damage.
Ow. My toughness without the armor, I think, is 8.
Yeah.
Yes. So I take 4 damage.
He doesn't land it like right on top of you. You're further up the shaft than he thought. But it does a number on the shaft. You probably want to get out of there soon before things start collapsing.
Right.
They're not really designed to,
Explode.
have explosions happen in them with especially when there's a Trandoshan in them in there also. You're hearing distressing groaning and metal fatigue noises. You're up now, Eric.
All right. Slide out of the shaft into cover here,
Yep.
and then pump him full of more blaster fire.
Sure.
Still 12.
Yes, his cover is working well.
Apparently.
Fingers still ringing from the explosion. That's what I'm going to say. Yeah.
Sure, yeah, you're...
It's tinnitus.
Yep.
Mop.
Jocks?
I am going to step up, grab the gun that this guy had,
Yep.
and step out, say, give me your goddamn grenades! Blah.
That'll hit. All right. Nominally speaking, it should take more damage than this to put him down, but I don't want to have this fight go on forever for obvious reasons. So yeah, Gav, you knock him out. You drop him.
Yay! And then I'm going to loot him.
Yep.
Twins is going to head over and pick up a totally not Sterling.
Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna, I guess, raid for proper guns and
Yes.
stuff.
There are a number. Okay, so yes. Each of the stormtroopers does have a sidearm. Let me think what it is. Default. It is not a heavy blaster pistol.
Oh,
Sorry.
Probably the equivalent of like a 1911.
That's sort of what I'm thinking. Lord knows they wouldn't have anything particularly creative.
Yeah. Maybe a Glock? I don't know.
Glock's too good.
I was going to say, it's like, I can deal with a Glock.
Yeah, it's basically a 1911, so 10 base damage, 2 concealability, and 8 shots in the clip. And they have spare
Where the
clips.
where would they have put our weapons?
I don't
Probably
think
in the locker.
Yeah. They won't be in the cell block itself.
No, they're not. They didn't bring them with you down here. Them down here with you. So
More than likely, there's a security locker in the hangar.
probably. I would normally say there'd be sort of shouts of what's going on down there, etc. But Eric did a real number on Vorkos did a real number on the consoles here. So yeah, no. But alarms now are going off.
Yeah. Plus, they already reported the fault, and nothing's developed since. Though
Well,
we don't
there was
need to be
you should
here
check
much
what's in
longer.
the cell. Oh hell! Bada 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 boom. Static.
Yeah, that was perfectly innocent. Nothing happened there.
It was a boring conversation,
Josh,
anyways.
you take credit for me blowing up
Exactly.
those stormtroopers.
I didn't say I was going to do it. I just said that they'd get blown up.
Right. Well, so you are here. What now?
So, are we
murder
going
our way to the
to
bridge and kill Rasise?
Hang on.
are we going to capture him and turn him over? I
What?
think we
No.
could u- and by turn him over, I mean to traffic.
Oh yeah.
Our plan is to capture him alive, and also to make an example of all this. So I don't think that necessarily a direct confrontation on the bridge is exactly the best plan. Maybe it might be best. Well,
Head to the engines and knock out the hyperdrive, so they're drift in the void.
well, we're going to still need to get Rasise out of the ship and back.
We'll need the tractor beams off in any case.
Plus, now that we're on this ship, why not? We might as well actually use it.
The Razorwalker is on deck. We wouldn't be leaving it behind.
That's actually a thing. One of the things that we should make sure is that because, well, you will have 2 other ships with TIE Fighter squadrons. We should make sure that no one else can actually board onto the ship, for one thing.
Well, they can't do that in hyperspace.
Are we currently traveling in hyperspace?
Yes, you are.
Oh, well, that's fine then. Okay.
So what you're saying is we're upgrading wheels.
I'm not saying we're upgrading wheels, because there's nothing better than the Razorwalker. But we do have a slightly less...
Hang on.
Nothing better than the
I've had
Razorwalker.
too much excitement today.
Nothing
I can't
better
take
than
a
the
joke like that.
Razorwalker. Nothing better than the Razorwalker. But we do have something that can carry it around.
I'm just going to object on the grounds that none of these vehicles have wheels.
That's a
I'm
good
going to put
point.
you back in your cell.
Listen here, you little shit.
Yeah, you try that. See how well it works out for you.
I'm sorry, how did you get out again? Oh, right, me.
Actually, I let her out.
How did
How did
any of
you
you
get
get out?
I'm going to be very
Just
particular
gonna
about
say
the
here,
test.
like maybe you guys should be thanking the scorekeeper that I'm around.
I don't know, I just saw a little packet of tools come from I think. I
The
don't know who it was.
scorekeeper, is that your new religion?
New religion has been my religion the whole time.
It was my...
I'm just going to say I'm the one who volunteered to get captured so that he didn't.
Jux is like, I'm sorry, I was under the impression that my tools came from the tool fairy, which is what I
That's good.
I mean, if you hide a credit underneath your pillow...
So it's sort of the inverse of tool fair. You leave money and they return tools.
Yes.
They give you tools. So it's so what you're saying, it's effectively mail order.
Yeah.
You know, I don't
It's
mind
really
having, a
convenient.
mail order mystical deity of entity.
That's what prayers are, right?
Dear Lord, I might have to use that in a fantasy game sometime.
I mean, it worked well enough to have a
Please
setup for "Oh my goddess."
Thank you for placing your prayer delivery. Please allow 5 to 7 business days for fulfillment of your request.
Dear God, can you imagine a mercantile god operating like that? That'd be great.
You can
Sundays are
upgrade to
holidays.
you can upgrade to
Concept.
Divine Prime for 2-day shipping.
For a year-long subscription.
Are you aware that this software that you have purchased has extra downloadable content?
Oh my God.
I see you bought a product with extra downloadable content. Do you need some help with that?
Oh, dude.
Oh, geez, and the avatar thereof is just fucking Clippy.
Oh God. Okay.
That's why Clippy can deliver anywhere, because it's thin.
See, you get it delivered by FedEx Communicatus.
God.
All right. All right.
Woosa.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
I think commandeering the bridge is a good course of action.
yeah, we don't want us to take taken to hyperspace. All right. Does anyone? Oh, of course, right. Io. Are there any crucial systems on the bridge that we could screw with by going somewhere else, such as engineering or what have you?
I'm trying to think on that one. Would infiltration be the appropriate role to determine that, Peter?
Probably. If you want, you could consult with Jox and his knowledge of starships, also, for a complimentary role.
Sure.
Yep, I have info starships.
That's why I mentioned it.
9. Okay.
It's a
After
complimentary
the whole
role,
business
so...
with the tool fairy, I need to use the bathroom, so I'll be back.
Okay. All right, sure. Between the two of you, as you sort of discuss it, there are definite links between the computers in engineering and the bridge. But they won't have easy vulnerabilities because this is technically a military ship. And they are concerned about that sort of thing, you know.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. So the actual, from the way I understand it, the actual controls are in the bridge, but they're basically, you know, rerouted from engineering. All the action happens in engineering. The only thing is, we can lock them out of control at the best. So, yeah, we'll carry on at hyperspace, but they can't drop us out of hyperspace. They can't turn around or do anything like that. We basically just lock ourselves on course. So they
Do we
can't
know
react.
where we?
They can't react or drop out of hyperspace.
Do we know where we were going?
Not at the moment.
I'd have a guess it's wherever Mons is.
Oh.
That yeah, they did yes. You did overhear them mentioning sort of taking you guys to Morns, but they didn't say where that was.
Mm-hmm.
It will be on their nav computers. So once we have control of the ship, we can look it up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
that's once we
that-
take the bridge, that's fine. I'm just kind of I guess I'm thinking of things. I guess a few steps down the line, such as like how much time do we actually have to do all this and stuff.
Well, going if possible, Peter. I mean, potentially, if we get through if IO can get through the access codes in engineering, I could shut off power to virtually the entire ship.
Probably.
Here's a
while
better
keeping it at
idea.
light speed.
What about environmentals? We know they have knockout gas for the cells. Is there a way we could reroute that into the environmentals and just gas the whole ship?
What about the old man?
It's fine if he's knocked out. We're not going to kill anyone.
That's a possibility. There are access terminals all over the ship. If IO can crack the codes, you can do that from pretty much anywhere. But if you want me to fuck the engines over, I've got to get to engineering.
Well, if we
Okay,
take
Eric.
out
At a guess, from what you saw of the gas pipes and such, you couldn't. You'd have to manually find some way to get the gas into the ventilation systems.
so like feed a tube through it or some shit
Yeah,
like that.
and the drawback to that is it'd be hard for you to actually gas just one part of the ship.
Mm.
It could be
So we
done
can gas-
possibly, but it would require some actual engineering to do it.
Okay, so not just plain old sabotage and
You would basically
Space
you would need to
lizard
get someone
irritation.
in position into the air vents somewhere near the bridge to route the gas into there and then set up some sort of way to block the gas from going back through the air vents to the rest of the ship.
Yeah, yeah, that's a bit much.
Well, but
I mean, it's possible. You would, if you had access to the bridge controls. From there, you can actually probably individually route stuff to different parts of the ship, because they do have selective control over the environmentals. But that will only be accessible from the bridge.
Mm.
would the bridge have defense turrets same as we had down here? Or
It might, but you have no idea. I mean, okay, the defense turrets are okay. From what those of you between jocks, between all of you, sort of getting your heads together. Those of you who know anything about ships.
I'm back.
Welcome back. The defense turrets are sort of like standard in a cell block, but they're not very common on a bridge on a starship like this. Rasise might have had them fitted. That's up to that would be, you know, whether you think Rasise is the sort of person who would put defense turrets on his own bridge.
okay. Well,
It's possible you might be able to find you might be able to find your way into like have more find access to specs on the ship from the ship's computers.
Rasise is a paranoid control freak. He's going to have all these sort of redundancies in his quarters.
That's possible,
Ooh,
actually. Yes.
That's good. That's good. I have no doubt.
We can probably do everything we want to do from his quarters.
where would his quarters be? Well, let's get to a. All right, how about this? Let's get to a security
terminal, look
panel.
up his quarters, kick the door in there, and then gas the ship.
Okay. So you're going to head out into the ship.
Yep.
All right. You do notice that there are alarms going off.
That's fine.
I mean,
We'll just
that's-
shoot anyone that comes around the corner. That's not a big deal.
That's actually going to probably work in our favour. They're going to expect us to assault the bridge or engineering or something else.
Right. All right. So you guys get into the corridor somewhere. It takes you about 5 minutes or so to find a terminal that IO can plug into. IO, if you'd like to give me an intrusion roll, you can proceed to start finding information on the ship.
13.
Plenty good enough. Yeah, not good enough to like. You can't hack the bridge from here, but any sort of you're able to get access to like blueprints and shit and like locations of stuff. Yes, you know where Rasise's quarters are. And Vorkos is right. There's definitely a substantial sort of a lot of the ship's wiring does seem to the computer network does seem there's a lot of feed going into Rasise's quarters. But there's substantial firewalls blocking access to there from here.
That's fine.
Like you couldn't access his computer from here. You'd have to access it from his quarter. Oh, right.
Let's go kick open his bedroom door.
Let's go mess up his action figures.
All right. So you guys are storming up towards this thing.
I will say that as a general thing, Twins is just going to kind of just like keep a pulse out just to see if she can sense anything coming. So in the event that anything does come, we're ready for it, and we can either duck and hide or prepare like a readying shot or what have you.
Sure. All right. As you're going down the hallways, and you're booking it towards Rasise's quarters, you hear a familiar voice coming over the loudspeakers. Unshockingly, it's Rasise's. All right, well played. I see the rumors of Vorkos splitting off from the group were exaggerated. Well played. I am guessing from the direction you seem to be heading down the hallway, you're on your way towards my quarters to try to access the computer systems from there. Well reasoned. If you do, in fact, make it to my quarters and actually get through the door, do realize that I can actually execute a spike here and just completely trash the computers in my quarters if I need to.
You son of a bitch.
So that's not going to work.
Yeah, but we're totally going to mess up all your gunpla.
I'm st-
So tell you what, we're at something of It's pretty clear that you'll be able to run around my ship, rampaging and being generally infuriating. And while it's possible that I eventually might be able to lock you guys into an area and vent the atmosphere there, that won't actually stop you guys completely, because IO9's there, and it seems he seems to have lost his restraining bolt. And from the details that I've been given from Captain Nessos here, that seems to be that is a threat I'd rather not have rampaging around on my ship. So tell you what, why don't you all come up to the bridge and we'll have a nice civil discussion about where we're going to go from here. Because clearly, we're at something of an impasse. Worst case, I can just seal the bridge off and vent the atmosphere to the rest of the ship. And that would suck for a lot of my crew, and I really would feel bad about that. But I absolutely refuse to let you all take my ship.
People.
Yes, you people.
No, he actually does mean it that way.
He is Chiss. He does have something of a...
Like, I wasn't really doing that in character because I didn't think that he can hear us. I thought this was just over the loudspeaker. We, like, at an intercom or something?
Well, it's over a loudspeaker. Maybe he can hear you. You don't know. But yeah, he does say you people, and it does seem... yeah.
People.
You people.
We could just get to a communication terminal and talk over that instead of having to go up to your stupid bridge.
If you...
No, we'll meet you at the bridge. See you soon.
Jith is going to look questioningly at Forecast.
We're going to start shooting all the cameras as we walk down. Io, get to his quarters.
I was thinking the same thing.
Okay.
Redundancies.
Mm-hmm. Like, there's no doubt that he's got something for us if we go over there. But he also probably does not want to wreck his room. So if we have people in multiple places, that's more trouble than he has to handle.
All right. So Io's going to go to his quarters.
Yeah, he's obviously quite afraid of Io.
And he should be! He should be terrified of all of you. All right. Crap. There's a token I forgot to make. Let me see if I can actually make that quickly. Give me a second. I just realized there's a token I forgot to put on the bridge. There's a bridge map, unsurprisingly. Don't go there yet. I
Also,
realized
I'm pretty sure Peter
I
has
have to make a token for Zane, and I hadn't yet. I just realized.
Right. Also, I'm pretty sure Peter wants to have a fight on the bridge, and he prepped one, and I don't want to make that all the
Well, no, it's entirely possible you guys might be able to avoid a fight, but I did make a map for the bridge, yes.
Maybe we should still send Jox down to, like, engineering or something so that he could strand the ship.
That's not a bad idea.
If things go bad.
The problem that I have with that idea is that having Io go to his quarters, Io can almost undoubtedly do that without getting spotted or running into trouble. Jox is going to definitely run into resistance going to engineering.
Good point.
And Jox is tough and dangerous, but he'd be alone.
If you... Hang on. Give me 1 second.
You could shimmy through the vents. That's what I did.
1 second, I'm just checking something. Okay. If we can repressurize the hangar, I can kill two birds with one stone, kind of. I can get the ships back up and running. More than likely, a lot of our gear is going to be in that sort of area. And also, I might not be able to get to engineering, but you know what they do have in the hangar bay? Refueling pumps.
Oh dear.
All I need is somebody to come back with me to, to get there and then to bring the gear back, because I'm pretty sure I know where the storage locker was.
That would not be twins. She is not. She is not buff enough to carry everyone's things.
There was a grav dolly in the storage locker I was in. It's the blah one. Also, there's a crate there with my with most of my gear in it. I'd appreciate it.
All right. No. Actually, I'm going to move that to here first. All right. All right. All right, give me 1 second here. All right, he's copied to the bridge. All right, so sorry about that. I just realized that's like I probably should have a token for him that I didn't have. Just realized. Wait, I forgot. That's what I forgot to make before we started. Quick. All right, so I will say moving down to doing stuff down in the hangar bay is something you could theoretically do, Gav, but that will take a lot of time and. If you really want to do it, that's fine, but it's quite possible that that's something Rasise will probably get impatient about you guys taking time to get to the bridge.
Right.
If you really want to do it, that's fine, but
Well,
I would not recommend. I will say this: out of character, effectively. Personally, I wouldn't recommend splitting the party too much.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
Okay.
I think that we should just stick to our IO side thing, and then
Yeah.
there's a lot of people up there. We're going to need some guns.
Yeah.
There are actually a lot of people up there. I'm going to
that was the other side of the coin. It's like the more we have people going off to do diversionary things, the fewer, the less vanguard we have, and that becomes complicated.
Okay.
All right. So, all right. IO books it off eventually. You should give me an intrusion check to lose. IO, you should give me an intrusion check to sneak off.
I'm sorry, what?
You're going to be if you're sneaking off IO to go to get to his quarters and not be seen. You should give me an intrusion check.
Okay. I'm gonna do a fortune roll die here. Oh,
Okay.
geez, just one. Great. 13. Jeez.
That's good enough.
I know. It's just with this
I
system,
know.
it always just feels like you're rolling negatives. It feels like.
It's weird because it should average out.
Yeah. Just looking at that. Yeah. All right.
All right. Okay. So okay. Io basically disappears. Woof. The way Io does. Like 1 minute he's walking along with you, the next minute you're like, where the fuck did that bird go? And the rest of you eventually do make it up to the bridge. About the same time as Io gets into the hallway where Rasise's quarters are. I will say this, Io, you notice that there are more cameras in this hallway than basically almost anywhere else on the ship. You'll probably find some way around that. I'm just letting you know. It's almost like he's a functional paranoid. All right. You should. Okay, I'm going to copy your tokens and bring them over to the bridge. Now. All right. You guys come out of the elevators up to the bridge. There's a pair. You should go over to the bridge map now. There's a pair of doors that are open currently.
Oh, that's a lot of people.
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Rasise is, as I've said, Rasise may be many things. An idiot is not one of them. So yeah, unsurprisingly, there's the entryway here. There's sort of two areas over here with a bunch of computer decks, computer banks and such. This is sort of the official bridge area. This is the captain's seat. More navigational computers and stuff. That goes up. Those go down. There are a bunch of stormtroopers, a bunch of Rasise's bounty hunter crew. Captain Nessos is there. There's Rasise. You recognize the protocol droid that was working with Captain Nessos earlier.
Yeah, the one that Io basically took out in a straight fight.
Despite the fact that that shouldn't happen.
Despite its statistical superiority.
Yeah, I am statistically superior, so
Yeah.
I will say Io is more heavily. Io is actually tougher than it is. And you see Obazane sort of standing in the back there, sort of,
Being Obazane.
Yes. I would say he's looking out over the place, except, honestly, he gives the impression he's sort of staring out, looking imperiously over the place, that for a fact he's blind. Yet somehow he's giving that impression of, I see everything. I'm watching all of you.
I can sense where things are. He's better at that shit than me, so he undoubtedly knows where everything is.
Yeah.
Except maybe, where, the light switch is.
Yeah. And Rasise sort of stands up and sort of, he stands up and sort of looks at you guys from behind his chair. He does not walk around in front because why abandon a useful piece of cover? Again.
Yeah, that's entirely in his wheelhouse.
Okay, Captain Kai. Vorkos. All right.
Others.
You people.
And friends.
I don't have a professor this time. However.
All right. Look. This situation is problematic. I freely acknowledge that the four of you could probably do a real number on things here, and you very likely could wipe out a good chunk of my crew and possibly even take me out before we take you down, the group of us. But my gut feeling is that if we actually came to a firefight here and now, not all at least a good chunk of you will not come out of this in one piece. But I've been discussing things with Inquisitor Zane here, and I think we might be able to come to an accommodation. We were discussing things while you were on your way up.
Oh.
It sounds like you and your Vorkos especially, but Captain Kai and the rest of you. It does sound like you all have a bone to pick with Inquisitor Morns.
It's one way to put it.
And Inquisitor Zane here also has issues with Inquisitor Morns. I work for the Empire, as you've no doubt figured out, but my primary superior for most of my time was, in fact, Inquisitor Zane here. And with the blessings of Captain Nessos here, we're willing to possibly broker a ceasefire, since your goals and Inquisitor Zane's here are in alignment, and Captain Nessos here really just wants. Honestly, given what she's heard from Inquisitor Zane about what he suspects Inquisitor Morn's plans are, she's more than happy to have him shut down permanently for the good of the Empire.
It's good or ill for the Empire doesn't particularly matter for me.
No, but him being taken out is entirely what you want, isn't it?
Just is paying close attention to Zane at this point.
Yeah, Twins is as well, although for different reasons.
Whatever happens here, Warrens is going to die. I already have other things in motion. But ideally, I want to watch the life drain out of his filthy eyes. Thing is, we have a bit of a bone to pick with you, too.
I understand that, and I can appreciate that. But if it was possible to set that aside, in exchange for me giving you an alley to get to Morns, would you be willing to make that deal?
I need to hear more. I'm basically buying time for IO9 to shut down the bridge.
I figured.
Io, how fast can you spin his chair? He won't have
I'm more thinking like he gasses the bridge and we all wake up later.
No, there's enemy droid there. That would be not good. Now if the bridge gets gassed and we just walk out the exit we just came in, that's different.
Right.
All right, Skitch. While this is going on, would you like to do something to try to find a way past the cameras?
Jesus, it's hard for me to think.
I understand.
Trying to think of what I could do with the cameras. I'm sorry, I'm just sort of like really.
Yep, that's you're a bit out of it. I understand. You are hurting. I appreciate that. Possibly you could maybe hack a terminal somewhere and maybe get into the cameras and record a loop to feed into the camera loop for a little while. It'd probably be caught eventually, but it might get you into his quarters.
Let's try that. Let's go ahead and
okay.
Payday 2 this.
Yep.
Intrusion again?
Yep.
It's a funny thing about Payday 2. A friend of mine gifted me like it and like all of its DLC, and I accepted the gift, and I have the game installed. Steam does not recognize it being in my library.
Weird.
It is
right.
really weird.
All right, yes, Skitch, you're able to get a good, you don't think you'd be able to get a long loop without them noticing, but a loop long enough for you to get into his quarters, you're certain you can do with that 16. And you do so, you got it set up. And that's a good. The 16 also is good enough to open the doors to unlock his quarters. So you're in his quarters, and you can see his computer terminal.
Okay. Okay.
So you need to give me another intrusion check to hack into his terminal because he has personal security on it.
Yeah, this is where you forge and die.
Yeah. 4, so that's going to be 20.
25.
21. No,
You
that's
just
21.
left the Grand Canyon. Congratulations.
No,
I
he
was
added
21.
he already added the 4 into the roll.
Oh, all right.
It's still very high.
I forget.
21.
we
Yep.
do.
No, a 21. Yeah, you're able to. It takes you a few minutes, but you're able to get by. It's going to take you a few minutes to get by it, but you are able to hack your way past his actually fairly impressive security setup on his terminal. You're actually
impressive
moderately
enough.
impressed. Not good enough.
I'm not impressed enough either, so I'm just sort of like,
It's like, huh? I'm moderately impressed. Hack through. So you now have access to his computer terminal.
all right, so what type of dirt can we grab on this guy here?
Ship
Oh,
controls
man, look at
over
this.
there.
Huh,
All
he's
the
got a
bad things
really-
I did .txt there, and his
He's
porn
got
is
a
over
really,
there.
really big folder of bread recipes.
bread recipes. This is
Yeah.
concerning.
Hint,
One of the most
there's-
twisted of individuals
there's not
have so
actually-
many bread recipes.
Hint, they're not actually bread recipes.
The folder, however, is bigger than a bread box.
So yeah, you have access to his computer sketch. You can do most of what you want to do from here.
All right. Well, I think the priority is getting controls first, right?
Sure, you if you want controls over. Okay, you can't. You have access to most of the controls that he would have access to from the bridge, and he's the captain of the ship, so he has access to a lot of the controls from the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's anything clever you want to do, you probably can do it.
Right.
Does the other droid have a restraining bolt?
Not that you can see.
I think here.
I have an idea to buy time. If you want.
What's that?
I'll just handle it at my end. It's just to buy time.
Okay.
If you need some like time to think or something.
Yeah, I'm just also lacking on ideas too.
If you guys want to suggest stuff, that is entirely allowed.
Okay. Let's see. Well, I don't actually have any ideas. If you guys need some time to think, I have something I can
Well, I
play
would
out.
say,
Though.
based on the...
I do have a question.
Go ahead.
Given how, as far as I'm aware, the only other Force-sensitive person in this room is Zane, and he knows, given that, kind of my mentor, Twins is just going to kind of observe and just kind of see, like, what kind of disposition he's giving off.
Right now, he's just seems to be very calmly observing stuff, from what you can tell.
All
Dude's
right.
played Imperial politics. He's going to have a damn good poker face.
He's an Ockmans.
Oh, sure. I recognize that. It's still a thing Twins is going to try. It's just like, okay, so is he going to have a problem with it if we turn down this deal and shoot the place up?
You have no idea.
Yeah, yeah.
And literally, you're like, okay, I'm trying to get a read on him. I'm reading inanimate carbon rod. Huh.
That's why the droid's in the way. Move it.
You're actually mild curiosity is about the only thing you're getting off of him at the moment.
Oh.
But as Rasise, Vorkos asked him what he was offering, and Rasise basically says, "So, what I was thinking, and again, Captain Nessos has agreed to this, is that we continue on our path to go to meet up with Morns's flagship. We deliver you to him as quote prisoners." end quote, which we will be absolutely certain to make sure that you are not actually inconvenienced in any way, where you will be able to break out into his presence and take the bastard out. You get what you want. Inquisitor Zane here gets what he wants. Captain Nessos gets the Inquisition down one certifiable lunatic, and reestablishes Zane here in a position of authority where he can actually rein in the lunacy that is currently going on within the Inquisition. And I can reestablish my post as Zane's right hand.
For all the Bantha shit you put us through, you're just gonna deliver us to Morns, and that's it? You're gonna need a little bit more payback than
Jith is going to hold up her
We
hand.
need a bit more payback than that.
Hang on,
Skitch,
Corvette.
what about electrifying the floors?
Is that something I can actually do?
Not really, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could electrify other things possibly.
Well,
You can definitely set some feedback from the various computers and such. That's definite.
Ooh, we're not near terminals.
Mm-hmm.
What I would recommend is definitely make sure you kill the spike that he's got. If you can disable the kill command, because if he figures it out, then he'll shoot you out straight away.
I mean, basically, I want to our main objective is to try to get out of here. Correct?
No, our main
The
objective is to
take
take
the
this
fucking
ship.
ship.
Take the shit. Okay, so basically, the main thing is to provide something that disrupts people's ability to communicate with each other and or respond effectively.
Yep,
So-
that would you definitely. If you want to completely scramble the communication system on the ship, that's actually something you could easily do.
All right, last fortune die. Let's see that. Yep,
Yeah,
last fortune die.
Okay, go for it.
There's gonna be intrusion again. I take it.
I don't know if this is something we want to fortune. I'd hold on to it if I were the one rolling.
All right. I don't know how much longer the session is. I'm gonna fortune
It's
it
already
anyway.
10 o'clock.
Yep. All right.
6. There we go.
All right.
So 21
57.
again.
No, 21 again.
No, 21 again.
Skitch adds the fortune die into the skill check, skill
Okay,
bonus,
yeah.
which is actually a good way to do it. Honestly,
Yeah.
I like that. All right, so
like-
yes, you were able to basically lock the communication systems of the ship down. You have control of the horizontal. You have control of the vertical.
I just like this idea of him doing the you didn't say the magic word.
Yep. Yeah. Actually, basically, Skitch right now, if Zane tries to do anything with the computers, you can just lock him out.
Hell yes.
What's that? You're trying to open
anything-
Minesweeper? Fuck you.
Yep. If you actually, would you like to make it? Would you like to say something with the intercom to point out the fact that you've got control of the computers now?
This is to Zane, right?
Oh, to the
Or
you can say
to
to
Rasise.
Rasise or to the bridge.
Yeah, it's like saying, it's like, I don't want to make sure. I want to make sure that none of you are panicking at the moment. But if you are trying to establish communications, I'm afraid we can't allow that to happen for the time being. On the same note, if you wish to vacate the premises or otherwise not get in our way, that would be greatly appreciated.
You see Captain Nessos sort of sigh.
Vorkos has a big crocodile grin.
Yeah, Twins has like the same kind of smile as like jackpot. We now have leverage. And who better to give us leverage than Skitch?
Rasise,
I can't send you a copy of the game. I mean, I have 2 copies of it in my house.
Rasise, about that spike you had on your computer to shut anyone out, and apparently
about
nobody
that.
bothered to mention that IO9 was no longer with the group, and I just happened to notice that he's very. Do you know the number of levels you have failed the Empire on at the moment, Rasise?
Am I able to hear this while he's
Oh, yeah.
talking? I would say enough levels to be reprimanded quite heavily. When you agree?
I would agree with you, I9.
So, Captain Nessos.
RA7X.
Currently, the way
yes,
previous offer isn't bad, but we want Rasise also.
Agreed. RA. RA pulls out a pistol. You hear a blaster pistol set on stun. Rasise slumps to the ground.
Couldn't happen to a nicer douche.
Rasise's like, wait, but I'm... I appreciate the fact that I suspect it would be much more satisfying had you been able to shoot him, but I figured this would save time. Inquisitor Zane, are you okay with this? Are you Inquisitor? Are you amenable to this situation? Oh, carry on. I'll let you all negotiate.
No, the best part about him is we don't even really want him. The Huts do.
Yeah, Trophic asked us to bring him in.
What did he do to Trophic?
Yes. Oh, he tried to kill him.
He tried
What
to
did he do?
What?
Almost succeeded, but we
Oh, you
prevented
didn't
that.
know about that, huh?
Did... Oh, for crying out loud. That's
Plus, you know-
exactly what Morns would do, isn't it?
Plus, Trophic found out that one of his regular bounty hunters was actually a secret Imperial agent. So
He blew his cover with... Yes, feel free to drop him off with Trophic.
it's a shame he's unconscious. I kind of want to see him squirm.
Oh, when he wakes up, feel free to talk to him about it.
Captain, just
Now, Captain Nessos, we are going to make a few additional preparations before we have our conversation with Morns.
Oh, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. By the way, Rasise's crew of the Mentadea. I know that you technically work for Rasise. I assure you that the Empire will make sure that your payment will be met. Your normal payment will be met in full with a nice bonus added if you just cooperate with this and don't do anything stupid.
What? Us do something stupid?
No, she's talking to the crew.
No, she's talking
I was like,
the ship's crew, which now belongs to us.
Under new management, I can put the sign up.
Right. So, I suspect we'll be making a drop-off somewhere, which will... I suspect you will not be willing to give the actual location where Trophic is currently holed up, since it sounds like the reports of his demise are grossly exaggerated.
By intention, yes.
I approve, honestly. I actually always rather liked that hut.
He deals as straight as they do, at least with us.
Yeah. Why on earth would if you're going to have a hut assassinated, why fucking Trophic?
that's why you're not very good at this. Are you? You're not very good at this, are you?
Oh, I thought he could get away with it. Oh, he's being in trouble. I'll just remove this trouble. Oh, I didn't see this coming.
Very well. All right,
Also
would you
interesting to know that
restrain Rasise and take him down to the brig? We probably need to have some stuff repaired down there. I'll send some of my engineers to fix things. It sounds
Okay,
like Vorkov
so
did a number on the brig.
it was in my way.
I understand. I don't suppose you and your Captain Kai. I don't suppose you and your crew would be interested in doing some freelance work for Imperial Security in the future, would you?
No.
No. I figured. I guessed not, but I had to make the offer. You do good work.
technically speaking, all that you did when in capturing us was, well, slightly alter the plan we already had in place.
I'm not surprised. Well, this wasn't my plan. This was Rasise's plan. I was willing
To be
let
fair, I
him...
wasn't expecting the third Corvette.
Out of curiosity, did Rasise actually believe that Vorkos and me had split up?
Not completely. There's a reason he had the hangar bay vented.
We really got to work on our honeymoon bickering.
Oh, babe, you know I can't stay mad at you.
Right. I acknowledge that there are many ways in which I would prefer to, given the very obvious instability Morns is showing, this is definitely the preferred outcome.
Instability, huh?
She gives you a look.
I'm going to guess that the Empire has not been appreciating the asset loss related to him and the responses thereof to everything that we've been doing.
The number of ways you and your crew have spiked my budget. Ugh.
By the way, Pacifica Station was entirely Morn's. That wasn't us.
I'm aware, and that was also a stupid move.
That's
Do you know
what
how
I
much easier
thought.
it is to just monitor a place like that? Do you know how much cheaper it is? Do you know how much intel we use to get out of there?
Not enough.
That was my thinking.
It's going to take me a decade to reestablish that kind of intel. Ugh. Sorry, Inquisitor Zane. Yes. Well, we have some time to discuss plans going forward, and how to get you all to. I will assume we'll work out where to drop off Rasise. I admit, part of me desperately wants to see Rasise's face when he realizes he's actually directly in front of traffic, but I'm not sure we have the time for that.
I have a question that's, I think, out of character.
Okay.
Did we leave the professor back on planet when we took off to try and take Rasise?
Probably. I think you actually dropped her off on Nershada, actually.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Which actually is about as safe a place as either that or you left her with Trophic, I think, actually. You either left her at the black site with Trophic or dropped her off in Nershada.
Got it, okay.
Black
Yeah,
site
I
with
think we
Trophic
left her at
might
the
be the
black
safest
site.
place for her, honestly, now I'm thinking about it.
I think I remember her being
There's
at
no
the
way to
black
worse that
site.
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I just know that occasionally you forget about her. It's like, is she with us?
She's not currently, no. I was assuming she's not with you.
It's been a month, so
Yeah.
we all kind of forgot.
No, yeah, absolutely.
So we're basically done in terms of we don't need to go back to Nar Shaddaa or anything.
Nope.
Well, I mean, I guess we could return the rental.
Honestly, with what I paid,
The guy's like, I'll probably never see that one again. Time to drink.
Well, I'm fairly certain Narshada Traffic Control probably saw the thing be actually tractor beamed on board a Corvette.
And they're like,
Rasise's
"All right."
Corvette. Put it on
Yeah.
his tab.
Yep,
Oh,
probably,
that's a good
actually.
point.
There we go.
It's his fault. So instead, yeah, I guess this from here, yeah, we're just gonna go meet up with Traffic. Well, yeah, I guess we might as well just do that. I was thinking about maybe we should do some sort of like public thing, but I think that we can also just let Traffic handle that by just like getting.
yeah, I think
Yeah,
letting
yeah,
traffic
so-
handle that is the way to go.
Just set up a meet site, and I would recommend the Imperials to kindly not,
Not
stand out.
look at it.
Yeah.
We could also just fuck off on the Razorwalker and then
Yeah.
come back.
I think that we'll basically from here just drop out of hyperspace. We can leave. I think that we can just leave Zane here. He's so.
He seems happy enough.
Yeah.
He seems in charge enough.
What? No.
Twins has mixed feelings on that.
Well,
I'm
obviously,
gonna go and like acquire a Sith Inquisitor to be your mentor here.
I'm a very talented young woman.
All right.
we'll take our weapons back now.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Captain
And my
Estes is
computer.
more than happy to have you guys get your gear back and all that stuff right now. She's of the opinion that right now you are not likely to actually try to shoot her or her people
Yeah,
at the moment.
treat us like guests, and I think we'll be okay.
At the moment, she's like, well, all right, this is a situation we can clean up a bit. I can clean up some issues where Imperial Intelligence is having, and that is a good thing. And while you guys are definitively not people that are fond of the Empire, she can work with that for the time being. She's an actual intelligence agent. I mean,
Right.
Yeah. Both sides agree that we don't like each other, but our goals align well enough that it's a bit more effective to
At the moment-
not beat each other's heads.
yeah.
At the moment, we're droogs. That might change in another moment, but right now we're working together.
All right.
I will say that if there's any like kind of downtime before we haul him off or anything whatever, and Zane isn't like being like having to be in charge and run things, Twins is going to try and get in and speak with him if he has like idle time.
What would you like to ask him?
Mostly she just wants to like kind of have like a conversation, because she didn't expect any of this, especially not the thing with Rasise.
I mean, you can approach her. He's sort of Twins. How can I help you, kid?
Well, you've definitely proven that you were an inquisitor at one point in your career.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't see this coming, and you keep your secrets well. You have a pretty good poker face too,
He shrugs.
both the visible and otherwise kind. So I'm gonna guess that this was more or less your plan the whole time.
I wouldn't say that actually. This was a possible outcome. This was not an optimal, and there were a lot of ways this could have gone wrong, which is why I was hoping to find a way to. Honestly, I didn't really have a fixed plan. I figured tailing around with you all, given your direction of trying to take out Morans, would get me into a position where I can handle things myself if need be.
Mm.
And believe me, that's what I want. I won't be
I
able
have
to
no doubt
see
about
his
that.
face when I take his ass out, but I'll know what he's thinking.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So you're actually going to keep the post? You going to go back to doing what you were doing before?
I'm not sure
Or you
yet.
just- Mm.
Haven't decided.
Yeah, that's fair. I'd want to think on it too.
For the time being, it presents certain advantages and opportunities, shall we say.
I can imagine.
All right.
Although if you did, does probably mean that we'll be throwing down with one another eventually.
It's
But,
possible.
but I have a feeling you're kind of comfortable with that.
I don't know if comfortable is the right word for it, but I've always known it was a possibility.
Hmm.
We come at things from different angles and ends of things, kid.
Oh, I can tell.
Anyways, yeah.
All right. Well, in the event that the opportunity to say so doesn't happen eventually, I will say that regardless of what result happens regarding the paths that we each take, I do appreciate that you took the time to teach me what you have.
If I would like to say I had no ulterior motives in doing so, but duh, I did.
Oh,
But-
I knew that coming into it.
Well, of course you did.
Everyone,
You're not an idiot.
yeah, it was like everyone, someone with your skill set and background. That's of course you did. Obviously, like even from where I come from, you don't just do a thing pro bono unless you have a really good reason to do so. Otherwise, you do it for a reason.
Anyways,
Well,
things
the
are
time
going to get
being, I
interesting
suppose.
going forward. I don't think we're completely going our separate ways just yet, kids. So
no, but I have a feeling we're not going to have a whole lot of time to talk. I doubt you're going to be hanging around on the Razorwalker anymore.
I admit, I have access to a much nicer room here.
They don't skimp on the leather seating. They do skimp on the competent security, but they don't skip on the leather seating.
I wouldn't go to. Honestly, their security's not bad. You guys are just very good. Also, things would have been much more difficult had I actually, they realized that Vorkos was hiding on the skip ray.
Yeah, that's why I just gave up as easily as I did.
Mm-hmm.
Kept them from searching.
Yep. All right. Talk to you later, kid.
Hi, Morans. Insane. Everyone's doing that today. It's like as soon as like an Inquisitor started being thrown around in front of his name, it started getting jumbly.
I know. All right. Is there anything else anybody wants to do before we wrap up for tonight? Because I've not planned much past this for obvious reasons. There was a real chance this could have ended in a throwdown, and
I was half expecting a throwdown.
Yeah.
But this is better. This is us completely outplaying him at his own game.
yes,
and humiliating them at the same time.
I'm glad you and I had the exact same idea of everyone but Io goes to the bridge, Io goes to his seat of power and just screws everything up. It's just like, no, this is the correct move.
Yep.
It's like what the hell do you think you are? I'm an infiltration. This is what I do. I infiltrate. You know.
I infilt.
I infiltrate.
I'm going to confide in Vorkos at one point.
Okay.
If that apprentice had been here, I wouldn't have stopped until they were all dead.
She wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
And this earns us another advantage in Morns' fight. I think we're going to need them all. But don't worry. She'll be dead. We'll get her. Her and her boss.
There's a dog, too.
I was gonna say her.
If he has a
boss, too.
dog, then yes.
I'm over here, like, in all this confidential talk about taking out the apprentice. Twins would have words if she ever heard that, but she's never hearing it, so she can't.
Right, you're busy talking with Zane. We're over here plotting on skinning her and stitching her hide into our cloaks. Well, that's what I'm going to do. I don't know what you're going to do.
Meanwhile, Twins wants her alive.
You know, if she's the kid's sister, she might have words about that. Nick?
What's that?
Oh,
Sorry.
Directed to you.
I was continuing the conversation.
I didn't hear what you said. I'm sorry.
Okay. You know, if she is the kid's sister, she's going to have words about that.
Yeah. Well, I'll worry about the consequences after it's done.
Whichever way you want to jump, I'll back you. Although, I am in favor of killing her.
Okay. Anything else?
Yeah.
I think that'll do it there. I do want to say I do kind of like the way that this is all ending up where it seems like at the end of it all, everyone's just going to do their own thing and probably not be friendly with one another at the end of it all.
I'm not expecting to survive this.
I am.
Although I just love the image of like us like sailing away, having killed Morn and blown up his ship and all that. Marcos coming to the realization, fuck, I'm gonna have to go visit my mom.
It's just gonna be like, isn't the whole point of you like repairing all this thing so that you can actually keep on earning scores and stuff?
Yep, Beck, I agree. Nobody ever notices the protocol droid, even when they've been told specifically to notice the protocol droid.
It's uncanny how that works, you know? I mean, it's almost like it's a bad idea. Almost like it's a bad idea to have anything happen with
Captain Nessos very specifically told people that Io is a lot more dangerous than he looks. You should keep an eye on him.
Incidentally, Zane also told Rasise that the Twi'lek is much more skilled than she looks. So I'm just kind of like, not certain what the goal of that statement was.
To avoid getting mind, the guards getting mind tricked.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that he was being specific in how
Nope, he
I'm
wasn't.
more skilled than I looked.
No, that
As far
was
as I'm aware, he's the only, other than our crew, he's the only one on this ship that knows the twins of
Captain
Force.
Nessos might have a suspicion given the fight with your sister.
Mm-hmm.
Or
I can
the
see.
apprentice,
I can
should say.
see.
More
I can see
point?
that.
Your
I think
potential
it was to make things more difficult to see if it was make it more difficult for you as a better test. He is Sith after all.
What? No.
I can see that too. I was going to ask him about it, but I honestly kind of forgot in the moment. I only just now remembered. But it's largely of no consequence since I kind of figured that, at this point he's probably playing both sides.
He absolutely is.
Which I'm okay with.
Again, Sith.
Yeah, I mean, we'll trust Zane as far as we can throw him, which in mine and Jox's case is relatively far.
I'll trust him as hard as I can stab him. What?
Yes.
I don't know if I can pick him up.
But I can stab him.
All right. So
But yeah, no, Zane. We can trust Zane to work in our best interest as long as it's also in his best interest.
Yeah, that's why I was just kind of like, if we actually throw down here, is he going to resist that effort, considering that he actually seems to like Rasise to a degree by virtue of, previous work history and his loyalty thereof?
Yeah, no, that's one of the reasons I wanted to avoid a fight, honestly.
Same.
But no, I mean, it's typical Sith. An underling fucked up and is a liability. Under the bus you go.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. I wasn't surprised about that.
Well, no, I will say this. Zane was not planning on... Zane would have been perfectly fine with Rasise's plan of working together and moving forward and Rasise being fine. He was totally okay with that. And...
Right.
He was equally totally okay with the alternative.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's like, oh, well, he's screwed up. I'd rather keep him alive because he's generally competent, but... if I don't turn him over, Captain Nessos, Captain Nessos is pissed off enough right now that she might end up being an obstacle if I don't let her do what she's doing. And you guys are all pissed off about Rasise and want at least a pound of flesh from him. So...
I mean, admittedly, pretty much every single fuck-up that we listed there is more or less our fault.
Yeah. Anyways,
I think it speaks volumes to just, how badly... what's her name again? Nessos?
Yeah.
Yeah.
how badly Nessos wants Morns out of the picture, that she's willing to commiserate with us, given our record of how badly we have completely destroyed so many things for them.
Well, she is. I
Well,
will
the
say
thing
this.
is that can all be laid at Morn's feet, also.
Yes.
None of this would have happened if it hadn't been for Morns.
He keeps fucking with us. That's the problem.
Yes.
This can all be drawn back to the money spent. it's like,
Yeah, that makes sense.
Paper trails.
You know who I'm wondering when they're going to make a reappearance, and wonder if anyone remembers her at all, Mecha included? I forget her rank, but that lady who apparently ended up being exactly like a canon character, Juno, I think her name was.
Yes.
The one that Morgoth was hanging by a cable.
Oh, she'll probably show up again.
I'm amazed we haven't seen her. She's just kind of like showed up at the beginning, and then she's just like, nah, peace out.
A large chunk of the time she was actually recovering from her injuries, I'll be completely honest. You guys did a number on her.
I'll admit I don't remember how badly we kicked her ass. I just remember the cabling.
Yeah. And she is primarily Starship crew.
Fair.
Anywho, I'm gonna wrap up this the recording here. Everybody gets 3 XP.
Hooray!
And that's going to do it for this time. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll be back hopefully next week.
We shall see.
I've got no plan. I can make tentative agreements to next week.
Okay. So it looks like tentatively we're on for next week. Fingers crossed, etc. I have to figure out exactly how this is going to move forward now. We've gotten to a... Yeah. Anywho, that's going to do it for this time, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Take care, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.